currents like Mapuche music, which is very interesting because we have to look for it. It's not easy sometimes to find it, but luckily there are some young musicians that are working on that side, and we are trying always to be in touch with them. One of them, Ernesto Holman, he's a Chilean bass player. We can say a jazz musician, but he has focused his own all musical work since around 10 years into this kind of ethnic source, Mapuche Indians from south of Chile, and is one of the most successful musicians that we are presenting all around the world. We have been in Toronto, we have been in Canada, we have been in Korea, we have been in Europe, we have been more or less all over South America. So this proof that roots music or root source music is not just something for specialistic festivals, but also can arrive to a wider public and a wider attention. And also working on this world music world, business or universe, we noticed as WOMAD mostly that the presence of African music was almost unknown. Okay, there are some big stars that are hanging around all over the world, but I am sure, and we were sure 5 years ago, that there were other sources for African music, East African music or African music generally speaking, that were totally unknown in this part of the world. In Chile and in the coast of South America, I mean Argentina, Chile, there is not a big presence of African culture, historically speaking. It's not the same situation as in Brazil, where there was slavery, there was an immigration, forced immigration in the past centuries. But in Chile and Argentina, that was very, very few, a very, very small presence. So Africa is a kind of very unknown place, a very unknown universe. We don't know much about it, and it's always seen as a kind of very mystery place, a very mystery paradise, natural paradise. And this is what we are also doing as festival and as personal research, is trying to get connected with that part of the world, because it's immense, because there is a lot of things that happening there, mostly in the last 10 years or 15 years. There's I know to us market, there's very big opportunities and good opportunities for business there. So I think that we should look to Africa in a very special way, mostly these days. So the invitation is very simple. It's very easy. It's just to get connected with this part of the world, to make networks with this part of the world, and start building something. Start building the presence after this awful year of pandemic. Start building bridges and start building the presence of Latin American music in Africa and African music in Latin America. There are festivals that can be interested. There are many ways to work in both sides of the world with something that possible is new to both sides. I mean, I don't think that, or maybe I can imagine that Latin American music, talking about Latin American music from Mexico to Chile, so it's a very wide country, very wide region. I think there's not much present in Africa, generally speaking. And in the same way, the African culture, but exception for specific things, is very unknown here. So there is a very, very big space to work together. This is my wish. This is what I would like to do. This is why we created the collective, and we are going to do. We are doing network networking job with African structures, and we want to keep going on with that. We think that there's a very good opportunity because there is not much happening. I really, from my heart, I really would like to invite everybody to come to Latin America, to listen to American music, to get connected with the structures that are working already here in Latin America, like us, like Direct Music Collective, in order to understand and know better what is happening in this side of the world. And the same thing we would like to do, trying to dig inside as much as possible in the African culture and the African music. So the invitation is open to everybody that wants to discover that Latin American music is more than salsa, cha-cha-cha, and dancing, you know, in the Caribbean regions. There's a lot of things happening here. There is a whole universe of rhythms, a whole universe of harmonies, a whole universe of music and experimentation that wants to go abroad, that wants to go out from Latin America, from this country, and we need to make them now. We need to make them be more famous all around the world. And inviting the whole African area to come to visit us, to come to listen to our music, is the first step to move into that direction. Again, I really appreciate this invitation. I hope that this edition will be very successful. And I really would like to go to Africa as soon as possible. I have been just in North Africa for markets and musical meetings, but there is a whole world to discover there, and I hope that in the next year I will be able to visit you. Thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another edition of DOADOA 2021, a virtual docu-series. As you've heard from the speaker, I would like to focus on the artist of the week. And she's all the way from Jinja, the city that birthed the source of the Nile. Welcome to Lil Kadima.
Lil Kadima, Big Nash, Nazala Mfuki de Chizibu, wow, Nazala.
My name is Lilian Naziwa, aka Lili Kadima, the Ugandan, African, straight out of Kampala, capital city of Uganda. Here I come. I just want to tell you a story on this virtual edition 2021, 9th DOADOA. Yes, it's been tough. Lockdown has gotten us here, but we are live and kicking. You know, we're live and kicking. I'm not so sure about money, but I think I am eating food, good food. Check me before and check me now. There is food on the table. Lilian Naziwa Birungi, aka Lili Kadima. I come from the central, but I'm half caste. My mother comes from the eastern part of Uganda, Jinja, Budondo, Chibibi, all the way across the Nile. Yeah, that's why I sing partially Lusoga, and then actually my stem, the music stems from that part. And because of my paternal side, I'm traveling to the central too for the Luganda. But I would wake up to any language, musically, any language, but I'm not smart speaking languages, but I can sing any language.
Iwalinachi,
a child, I was very quiet. I was an introvert. I've always been an introvert, very so much. But I loved, however, whenever there was a group of music, of people singing, I would come closer, just very silent, listening, sometimes participate, but still not very present. Though when I was a child, I fantasized a lot about being a star. I used to admire big stars. I grew up watching Lucky Dube, that is in my father's house, Chela Mwana, listening these music concerts. My father had concerts recorded for Paul Cafero, Fide, the late File Bongo Lelutaya, and then on TV, I was the chief entertainer, chief in charge of entertainment at home. So the remote was always in my hands. But I didn't know that was the calling, because I wanted every now and then to look out for channels that are having entertainment. But I swear I didn't know that I was going to hold the microphone. But my soul was just telling me that I'm going to be somewhere. But I just didn't know. I could not paint the picture right. But I just, whether it was music, my soul existed just like that, just like that. So as a child, of course, I loved interacting with my siblings, neighbors, children. So when it was holiday time, I'd invite them. And I always made sure I was the leader. If I was not the leader, there is no shows in the evening. I was only when I was the lead.
This is another thing. Omuntu oyo goba wetaga mufeko. Or else abagezi bakanudra maso. Chwali onoonya bwe wakifuna. Atolyawo kizanyisa. Wali onoonya bwe wamulaba. Labayo wuyo mudingisa. Kati njagala nkulabule. Ekintu ekyo ky'ozanyisa. Balala buli lwe bakitunulira. Bakiraba kirimu omusaayi. Akakanyomonyomonyomo. Kyotayagala gy'okite. Olaba bana bakuna batasumagira bwe bali kuba busu.
If I found a child, right now I would advise them to focus and just learn a lot of music instruments and figure out their own journey and not really go through this. But it depends. If you want to make money, you have to survive, period. Especially if the support is not really there. It comes later, maybe, when people learn, and you can't explain your vision to everyone. They may not understand, and it's a lot of energy. So my journey has been it's tiring, and it's just started, I may say, but it takes patience, passion, a lot of passion. It's passion that has kept me on the lane, period. I wake up to that side where I just want to do what I believe in, but I want to do. You don't have to like it. If I like it, I will walk my journey. So I'm an Afrofusionist, exploring different styles of music, of course, out of experience. It takes experience, practicing a lot, and I could wake up. Apparently, I've been working an Afropop journey. I have an album out there that is called Iwalinachi album that is right now on the streaming on digital platforms. If you would go there, there's Iwalinachi album that is IGHE. Olinachi, O-L-I-N-A-K-I. That is, it stems from Eastern Uganda, meaning what do you have? What do you pride in? So I was exploring and just trying to show you things. I picked on the road, but then I figured out Lily Kadma sound. So don't be surprised if next year I walk reggae, the other day I walk a blues album or a rock album. Yes, I'm capable. I've practiced good enough, and I'm still practicing. So I have a lot to give and share. And yes, that's Lily Kadma for you. I am here, and I've always been a live music singer. That's all I know, live music. Iwalinachi, let me show you my way. Iwalinachi baba, Iwalinachi muna. Nature champagne, let me give to you.
Let me show you my way. Nature champaire, let me give it all. Osimali, sima kuena, chibumba wakua, iwe raji to sima baba. Mama, what do I know? I tobona, hey, ngazira mokisa mona, hey, mona chibumba wakua, bano simanga. Kobereko ebyanga nyimukazi mutono mwirugavu nengende nkazula cause I am special, I am lucky. Nature champagne, let me get to you.
What motivates me to do the kind of music I do, it's the journey. It's the journey, the challenges in society, myself, what I've gone through, and wanting to share I break my emotions out there, and hoping that there's other people like me and the different societies that are going through all these different things, and also just appreciating. I love art as a person. I believe in creative arts. I love to create a lot. So I wake up to that side where I just want to release something out there because I enjoy creating. My soul is around creative arts. So I love creating things just from scratch to something. So my society itself has a lot going on, the African society. And the most interesting thing about African stories, when there's pain, the beat has to go on. When there's pain, I would showcase with my song Nazala. Nazala is about a mother-in-law. And with things happening around domestic violence, challenges of a girl child in a relationship.
Big Nash, Nazala mfuki de chizibu, wow. Nazala, anera ikiriza. Nazala wange, mfuki de chizibu. Buliwe mulaba bwenzi, omutima nga gumbaluka. Kwenda bakumama, amazina ndwala.
Looking at a piece like that, one, I'm thinking there's culture, critics, and there's me, Lily Kadima. So putting all these things together where I have to make sure they get my message amid these challenges, I make sure I just put my soul out there. What matters is my soul. The positive energy in my soul matters most than any other person's opinion. If it's in me, I'm ready to just give. So it's society.
Nazala anera likiriza. Nazala wangoyo amfukidde kizibu. Bwe mulaba bwenti omutima nga gumbaluka. Ntusokwa gisara kinave waffe amazeke mirembe ampisanga masikini asutadalu.
Find that song on all digital platforms, iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube. Please check it out. Interesting story, but it's reality. I was so doubtful as a child because, of course, it was like forcing us, go to church. I'm not understanding these things. But the more I've grown up, with all the meditation, the challenges, and how I go through them, I really believe in God. Yeah, supernatural. I believe there's a special force, because how we come to this world, grow up, and everything happening, pain, laughter, I believe in God big time. And hanging on that, in faith, I'm walking through. And I've gotten to that place where any challenge that comes my way, I embrace it. That's how much I believe. I embrace challenges. I do not run away. Way back, I believe in God, big time. There's so many amazing artists out there, musicians, I would say. The list is endless. I'm not even tempted to mention one, but East Africa, South Soul. I have been following South Soul quite a while, and the live music artists, I would really wish to do a song with South Soul and Diamond Platnumz. I like his energy as a performer. Ali Kiba, yeah, that's from Tanzania. And in Uganda, almost every Ugandan artist they're amazing. There's a lot of talent in Uganda. The list would be an opportunity. If an opportunity comes and I'm comfortable and the chemistry is there, I would dance to the tune, period. And not so hard. Where there is good, where there is creativity, where there is energy, positive energy, I could easily jump on board. Some of the stages of venues, that any stage, if these people gathered wanting entertainment, I'm an entertainer, born natural entertainer, I would show up and just give my whole heart out there and just give everything there is to give. So I'm just looking forward for an opportunity. Just a call away, I'll gather my bones and show up as Lily Kaduma, the artist. I'm working on the 2 albums. One is digital and the other one is exotic. Exotic meaning it's fully produced with live instrumentation. The other one is created with it's a digital sound but with inspiration of grassroots. So hopefully, are the factors constant? Yes, there may be something coming out by the end of this year. And when that music is out, surely you'll get to know on the music platforms, there's online stores out there. You'll be alerted about it. But yeah, there's some good thing in the pot. Boiling, you should test when it comes out. You shouldn't miss Lily Kaduma music coming out. DOADOA family, where can one find my music? You could find my music online, digital stores, that is Amazon, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, TikTok, YouTube, Vevo. There's Lily Kaduma music. Please go out there. Visuals, audios, live performances, Lily Kaduma. The music is there. Please just go there and make sure you subscribe or leave a comment, like, share. We're out there looking forward to interacting with you.
Thank you so much for joining this week's show, DOADOA 2021. I hope you had some fun and got some inspiration. If you have any comment, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave your comment, or our Facebook page, Twitter or Instagram. We'll definitely get back to you. We are very grateful, and until next week, I remain your host, Faizo Kiwewa from Bayimba and the DOADOA team. Keep it DOADOA 2021.